All right, hello, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Melody Music again. So, thanks so much for viewing the previous video I uploaded, the SMJ stem, the 30-minute stem. For those that have gotten it, kudos, thanks for getting it. And those that are yet to get it, do well to visit the link and you'll be able to get the download for the 13 minutes long stem. So, I'll be responding to some of our comments on the page. I think I'll respond to a few of them. One of them by DSC Official, he was saying, what's your Ocarina VST voice? What's your Ocarina VST voice? That's what he asked about. So far, I used Syntage for this particular project. As you can see on my screen, I used Syntage all through. So for my Ocarina, I used, I have this montage M8X VST. Then at first, I used this particular plugin. I used Syntage, right? Then under inside Syntage, I used, let me see if I can find it now. Okay, under keys, I have my R&B soft. I don't know if you can hear it. Alright, so that's what I used for my Ocarina VST voice. Sounds close to Ocarina, right? But I think later on I used my, let me see if I can quickly load it up, my expanded soft synth plugin for Montage M, right? I also have this particular piano. So a quick tip for you guys: if you have your Montage M 8X keyboard in your church, go through the manual. You see this, because this particular plugin I didn't buy it. It came with our Montage M keyboard in church. So I had the privilege of, I didn't even know about that for almost a year. I didn't know that the plugin was there. So until I stumbled upon it online. So I'm giving you this free tip now. You can, if you have your Montage M8X keyboard, check through your manual. You see some slips there. You find the download link to get this particular VST. It's just 7 gig. You actually have to download eventually, but you have access. The access code is just right there on the manual, right? Yeah, so let's go on. So what I simply do, I search for my Ocarina, and then this is the Ocarina sound I use. Yeah, I think I used this. I mixed this particular Ocarina with the one I have in my contact, right? Okay, so I believe I've been able to answer that particular question, right, from our DSC Official. All right, so I'll move to the next one. This one is from Joshua. He's asking which brass VST I used. Okay, actually I used my Syntage plugin all through this project. Although I have other plugins, I have Xenology, I have Montage M, like I just showed you guys. I have Tritone, Cork Tritone. I have a lot of them, but you know, all these things, it just boils down to preference. You determine what the one you are used to. You just, and if the sounds are good, why not? You can use them. Syntage has good sounds. I'm not their ambassador, but I'll tell you for free. Syntage has very good sounds and it's free. You can download it online. It's about 10 gig. You can go there and download it. So for the brass, this is what I used under my brass section. Still Syntage, right? I used my modern shake. It has that shaky effect, right? Yes, so that's the sound I use. So far it's good. So far it sounds well. I'm okay with it. And if it's not sound, if I'm not able to get what I need out, that's when I'll go straight to my montage or my Xenology or wherever to start searching for sound. So you can use your modern shake. You can also use your pop brass. Still sounds very good. Sometimes I like using this TY trumpet. It's also a very good sound. Yeah, I think I used it at some point in the project too. Okay, so I've been able to answer the question of Joshua. Okay, so I'll go to the next one. And this person is asking which sounds I used in the project. Okay, and this is going to be a long one. The sounds I used in this particular project. Okay, we talked about the ocarina, right? I used my ocarina. I've showed you that. I used my brass shake. I've showed you that. Then I also used, I was trying to listen to the record, also to get something close to what SMJ used while creating the stems, right? So there's this crystal sound. It has this bell sound attached to it, and I just like the blend it gives. So that's I use the crystal sound. You can take note of that. You can also use your in the night. I would have been able to use that, but I prefer to use the crystal because of the bell sound. Then added to it, yeah. So at some point I use my power grid. Can you hear it? Let's see. Can you hear it? Just from under my lead section, right? I used my crystal, I used my power grid, I also used energy. That is my energy. What else did I use from here? Let's see. There's a lot that I would have been able to use from here, but I just chose to stay with the record. What was used in the original stem, right? So for it to sound similar, that's what I was trying to aim at. I wasn't trying to get something far away from it. Yeah, assume I was trying to get something far away. There are several other sounds I would have maybe decided to use. I have a lot of sounds in mind that I would have been able to use to paint the particular stem, right? So, and also I use orchestral hits. So you see, it just has everything you need. Then there's J-pop also, the bell sound, right? Then at the intro, I use the flute. I use the sweet flute. Sweet flute is what I used. I use that sweet flute sound. Then what else? I think that should be all. That should be it. Then what else again? I think I've been able to answer the question of how many sounds I use, right? So those are the sounds I used. As asked by what's the name there? I think Find Hello Boy. That's the question. One is so that's what I used. So now just to answer the last question from, I think there's one other comment I got. He said the sound patch. I think that's still similar to what we just talked about now. The sound patch breakdown. Still talks about the sounds that I used, right? As asked by Wheezy Pro. So those are the sounds that I used. I'll go over them again. I used my sweet flute from here. I used my J-pop. I used my orchestra hit. Then under the key section, I used R&B soft. Then under the R&B soft, right? Then under the strings section, yes, I used this film large. Yes, I used that particular sound, this film large. I merged it with some other sounds, like still under these strings. I merged it with strings and brass. You see this particular sound, strings and brass, just to have that attack. That's the reason why I did that. Then what else again? I think that's all. That's all basically. Those are then okay. Yes, under our synth sound, I used the trance synth. Right? Then I used the ultra saw at some point. I used my trance point too. that's the reason why we're trying to overload too much sounds to get texture. You understand? That's the reason why we merge sounds together. By the time you have your power hook to your trance synth, the texture you get from it is what we're looking at. So I believe I've been able to answer most of your questions, 4 of the questions that I got. All right, see you next time. And leave me a comment in the comment section in case you have more questions or there's something you want me to do a breakdown for. Just let me know. Thank you.